Starting his 25th campaign in the World Championship from 10. Taka Nakagami there, the number 30. He's going to start in third MotoGP debut for Alex Marquez. But there is your pole man, as we mentioned. He was victorious in Valencia in Spain in 1999. We're back in Spain.
The fans not here, it feels strange, but we know that you're watching from home. Much control, practice start there from Maverick Vinales. If he repeats that he just did on the warm-up lap, then Maragali's with Simon.
Could be difficult, they're just warming up the bikes, but for the win, when you look at it on paper, what do you think?
I didn't understand the race under all the aspects, and for sure, we managed the tire, especially with Maverick. I think we can do. We expect probably 3.
Interesting there, listening to Monster Energy Yamaha team boss Maya Maragali. Thanks. We thought the pick of the tyre choice was going to be the hard front, soft rear tyre. Maverick Vinales, Yamaha men on the Michelin soft front tyre.
Yeah,
the only two in the pack.
Maverick wasn't. That's what he's gone for. Marc Marquez said everybody will go for the hard front. It really matters. What difference does that make? They line up on the grid. Who will MotoGP? And now it's firmly back. Quartararo. Vinales. 22 riders, reduced to 20. Green flags, he's got that bike absolutely flying. Marquez did not get away well. One of the Ducatis is up.
First corner, the new Yamaha whole shot device working a dream. The whole shot then got a brilliant launch off the line with the Ducati's whole shot device. Ran a bit wide in the first corner.
Vinales got the start he wanted, the start he dreamed of. But this is now the world champion Marc Marquez, all still there. Heading down now into turn 6.
The soft front tyre will not give you straight up and down braking stability. Is that why Vinales and Rossi have gone for it? It's a gamble, you have to say. Will it pay off?
Quartararo, now Miller has got his eyes set firmly on the world champion.
Whoa!
Oh, Maverick
pushing her early to try and make that gap that he wanted to do. He did it in Sepang. He said he's first coming through turn 8, lighting up that rear tyre. Maverick out the seat.
Marc Marquez were on board with 3. Vinales will surely lead at the end of lap 1.
Problem now for Fabio Quartararo because Jack Miller. So Fabio Quartararo's got a bit of a conundrum here because Miller and the Ducati
through. Oh, Fabio Quartararo was wide again there into turn 1 and he's lost another place. That's now 2 Ducati.
As well now in the form of Andrea Dovizioso. This is the moment on board with world champion Marquez. Vinales. Second one was a big scare. Marquez had to roll out of it. Now then Fabio Quartararo trying to use that tyre which has thrown the Ducatis a bit of a curveball. He's never going to though get by.
To learn how to start in a MotoGP race. Don't look at Marquez, don't look at Vinales, don't look at Quartararo. Look at Bradley. 5 places, he's one behind Rossi into 11th.
Yeah, Rossi check, he's in 10th place now then. Got in the making, he's the first South African ever to appear in the MotoGP category in the modern years ago. South African fans, you have got a new hero to be roaring on in 2020.
Comes Quartararo, he had to get that done. Brilliantly done, but he's run it wide and oh.
Can it get any worse for the factory Suzuki team? Alex Rin's out through injury after that horrible. Well, that's come to a premature conclusion. He's on the floor at turn 9. Horror show for Suzuki.
Yeah, it's just a weekend to forget for Brivio.
And in this shortened season, 13 races.
Corner. There was another gap and Maverick said, thank you very much. This is brilliant stuff here from Maverick.
Since mid-November last year, Marquez strikes back again on the brakes into the Pedrosa corner on this lap number 3. Marquez and Vinales exchanged the lead 3 times.
Normally you'd hear an eruption of noise coming into this section of the circuit, but of course you're just cheering from third. Quartararo already now pulling away from Bagnaia in 5th, and then it's Dovi.
Already running a little bit to our expected form.
The corner speed of the Yamaha.
Yeah, late breaker, such a demon on the front end. It looked like, to all intents and purposes, already these tricky on the gravel track. One corner further, Aleix Espargaro got turn 10 for the Aprilia man. So all
really trying to pull away from Maverick Vinales. He knows he's there. He's got to try and break it. Job so far. The big question for Ducati and Miller though is, can they last distance? A phenomenal way of starting 2020.
A quick check on Brad Binder again. This is Morbidelli, Rossi and Petrucci behind him. Moto2 world champion, one of the best.
So hard for him not to make mistakes in his first ever MotoGP race, but this is class so far.
Do you know what? I think the pace not good enough. If this is Maverick's rhythm early on, I'm going to try and get in response at the moment to Marquez. Mark already, he was lethal in the 3rd sector.
I dared though, he was out on the outside on the green stuff, and that again a twitch from the rear as well. This is all or nothing for Mark at the moment. This is the moment.
Yeah, and he knows as well, if he pushes the pace, ups his rhythm, he's done the fastest lap of the race more. Marquez is thinking all the time, isn't he, about how he can exploit potential break. Oh, he's gone! He's gone! We lost sight of Marquez.
He's stayed on board.
Or the rear going into turn 4.
Oh my goodness me, drama here in the opening race. He's trying
air in front of Maverick Vinales. Where on earth had Marc Marquez gone? Off the circuit.
Look at that!
Back to his old tricks. Welcome back to MotoGP, Marc Marquez on the elbow of gravel. Brilliant reactions, brilliant reflexes. Lynn Jarvis can't believe in dirty tyres. He does not care one iota.
Simon, your thoughts on that, please?
Terrifying. There's no room. You know, it's very, very similar to the first turn.
Just too over-eager to get away and make the break. I don't know. You can ask me on board.
I don't know. I mean, that can be a career-ending corner there. That's in 16th, and he's now trying to get through the points. He's made another error there. He's struggling.
Erratic of Incher Ducatis. Now then, opportunity knocks for Maverick Vinales to his title contenders and rivals. Alex Rins not even in the race, injured, and Marc cat-like reflexes of the world champion.
He's not human.
No.
He's not, honestly, he's not
No.
human. I'd see Marc Marquez out. I can tell you, their ears are pricked up in a big, big way.
Now is, how's that soft front tyre going to hold up for Maverick Vinales? It's
I cannot believe what we've witnessed already in this short time. That was true stages of this 2020 season. My goodness, here comes Fabio Quartararo. He wants to hold off. Brilliantly done from the Frenchman. Yamaha are 1-2 again. Quartararo.
line cut to the middle of the track, so Jack Miller could try and blitz by him again with the Superior. He's at about 12 kilometres an hour over Fabio Quartararo. That's worrying for him, he said, going to of that front tyre. What can you say? Ridiculous, outrageous. He's down. How does he do it? It's just astonishing.
I'll tell you something. He's already, after a few mistakes, made it up to 14th place, so there's points on offer. You're going to see...
Everybody else might as well pack up.
Right, yeah, just pack up and let's just call it a day there. He is a Lee. He's pushing so hard to try and get away. Simon.
Guys, the other thing, to compose himself before he hit the gravel, and he controlled it in there as well.
Filthy, dirty tyres as well. There's nothing the guy can't do on two wheels.
Well, I mean, we'll be looking at
the saves, but you can put that one right up there.
Do you know that the fascinating fact now, Matt, he's not going to be forced into trying to go for the 37s. That's the only thing that's in his advantage now.
Tumbling down the tower.
No. That would be a terrible shame. He was going. Where has Brad Binder disappeared to? This Maverick Vinales looking for his first victory in MotoGP. Marc Marquez, and he's cutting the gap to those ahead of him as well.
Well, he's the fastest man on the side. He's going to be gobbling up Leccaona, Petrucci and Oliveira very, very quickly. Now look at this.
The pace has been slowed down to the late 138s.
And this is because Maverick's thinking about preserving.
The problem is, Matt, is it brings all these guys into contention. I mean, the likes of Miliband, we're in shot here for a podium. Valentino Rossi's struggling a bit. There's a big gap between...
At the moment, he's been able to keep Andrea Dovizioso at bay for the whole of this race. It's now 8. He's totally rolled out of it, hasn't he? Totally rolled out of it. Dovizioso's just set his personal best lap of the race. Ika Leccaona.
Can I just say, if this pace remains at mid-130...
And 6.
Is it something? I think Marc Marquez, with a pace like this, could still make the podium, Matt. The ride of a lifetime. That's what happened at turn 4.
I'm full of after qualifying that he was torn between the hard and the soft, but so unusual to see. I mean, if it pays off, you look like a genius. If it doesn't...
Here is Maverick out front. This is not squeaky clean. This is not Sepang. And this here, he's not close enough to make a move. And again on the front there, look at that, he's wide in there. And Fabio Quartararo, has he made the big mistake? He's shaking his head there. He's dropped back to 3rd place. Is there anything...
The front after that mistake by Vinales. Miller in 2nd. Marquez continues. They head over the crest down into turn 2.
In MotoGP is Marquez. I mean, he's ridiculous, isn't he? Petrucci.
And look at Quartararo. He's already put a decent bit of daylight between himself and Miller. Miller through could have been worse, because keeping tabs on that top 3. Bagnaia.
There's nothing wrong with that. He was the fastest rider of the top 6 on that last lap.
Well, and this, every time they touch the throttle, look at this. Vinales forks nearly.
For Maverick, you can see there he's using the back brake and everything just to try and get that bike stopped.
The speed of that KTM has always been there right from the start in 2017. What they've not had away in the past, wheel spin city on a KTM in these hot conditions. Normally they've ground, because normally in these track conditions Pol Espargaro fades really.
You here, you just never know. I mean, it's so hard to predict what's going to happen based on what's happened already.
Well, that would be sense. Slightly more moist and cooler conditions I seem to recall in 2018.
Just a bit, yeah. 18th place, but something obviously went wrong. He must have gone down and rejoined, you'd think.
Manoeuvre around. Valentino Rossi has done a 1:39.3. That's on par with. So at this stage of the race, Rossi has actually found some pretty good rhythm.
He's up in 9th place at the moment. That's really good from the Red Bull Tech 3 rider.
Well and truly hit the brick wall. He's down to the 140s now, Smith. He's plummeted down. He's doing low 139s himself, which is the same pace as Vinales
as well. In the meantime, fellow rookie Iker Lecuona's in 12th. He's having a great ride. Marquez, fastest lap of the race, 38.372. He's in. They would need to drop really hard down into 39.
It's a bonus for him just to be in the race at this stage after that moment at turn 4.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Unbelievable. Absolutely. Goodness me. I mean, he's just a genius at that. In MotoGP for the first time since Dovi won the opener, I think last season. Really like predicting the future when it comes to MotoGP. I mean, look at him. He's up behind Miguel Oliveira here, who's in 9th. Oh, dearie me. Be hearing Le Marseillais for the first time.
Yeah, since what, 19? Marquez at all, he had no choice.
Well, yeah, get out of my way.
There was a big orange and red motorcycle. 5 was his last lap, which makes him yet again the quickest.
View of your top 3 with 13 laps to go. So Whitler is on for 2nd place.
Sorry to say at this stage for Vinales fans, it looks like he dips into the 39s, not as quick as Miller, nowhere near as quick as Okay, yes. Fabio Quartararo's on a 2020 bike.
Rossi's same. He's in. Thought he was a goner, and he's just had to witness him go through. Rossi and Vinales
cannot get him stopped. And of course, when you're in that group, sometimes when there's a lot of issues as well. Now, Fabio Quartararo is never going to have a better chance. Perhaps a little bit earlier, Pol Espargaro. Ruthless, brilliant up the inside, best ever dry race finish. What a ride by Pol Espargaro. That's why Repsol Honda picked him up for an extra corner and picks off the KTM with the extra horsepower. So Pol Espargaro's got to do all.
At the moment, he's finally got into some rhythm. It took him long enough though. Struggled in the early laps. He
can do exactly what the Yamaha needs to do.